Assalamu alaikum friends, I am Sadaf. I just started the series of book listening. Yes, book listening. In this series I will create podcast of different books. This is special for those people who are interested in seeking knowledge but do not like book reading. So the first book that you will listen is Revive Your Heart by Noman Ali Khan. The first part of the book is connecting to Allah through dua, and the first chapter of the book is a prayer for desperate times. So without any procrastination, let us start. In this reminder, inshallah ta'ala, I would like to share with you some reflections on an ayah from Surah Al-Qasas, the 28th surah of the Quran. The story of Musa alayhi salam is mentioned in many places in the Quran. In this particular place, Allah is telling us about the part of his life before he speaks with Allah on the mountain of Tur. The glimpses of the life of Musa alayhi salam before that events are captured in Surah Al-Qasas. One of those events is when he escaped Egypt and made it into Madian. He escaped because he was wanted for murder. Even though it was a mistake, he had punched someone and they had died by accident. He had escaped the city, escaped the Egypt because they were looking for him and were going to kill him if they found him. The order was shoot to kill. Allah guided him through the desert and he got him all the way to the waters of Madian. Madian is in the middle of the desert, but it has some waters, some lakes and ponds, and he ends up over there finally, sitting, getting some relief, drinking some water. Allah Ta'ala tells us that he found there a crowd of people watering their flocks, and he found apart from them two women holding their flocks back. 23rd ayah of Surah Al-Qasas. He found a group of people that were giving their animals drink, and besides them he saw two women who were pulling on their animals. In other words, up on the top of the hill there are two young ladies that had some animals, but they are not letting their animals drink the water. Why all the rest of the village is feeding their animals water? Their sheep and their goats and their animals and their cows are all drinking water, but these women with their sheep, they are just tugging away at them. Obviously the sheep see the water, so they want to go drink, but they are not going, they are staying in place. He sees this scene, so he goes up to them and says, he asked the woman, "What is that troubles you?" They said, "We can't water our flocks until the shepherds take their flocks away, and our father is very old man." "What is wrong with you two? What is the situation here?" And they said, "We do not give our flocks drink from their pond until the entire flock of the people is done." What they are trying to say, we do not want to go among those men because a lot of them are perverts. They do not respect women, they howl at us or they harass us. So we would rather all of these people finish because they are a bunch of idiots, and then we will do our work. Our father is an old man, and one of the meaning of the ayah is very old man, meaning he can't do this working anymore. We are the only ones in the family that can do this. So Musa alayhi salam doesn't continue talking to them. He actually just grabs the sheep, goes to the well and moves those guys like they were a bunch of insects because he is very strong man. He fed the animals and brought them back. This is the ayah that I want to reflect on with you in this reminder. This brief background was there so everybody is on the same page. Moses watered their flocks for them, and then returned in a shaded place and said, "My Lord, I am truly in a great need of any good that you might send down to me." 24th ayah of Surah Al-Qasas. He watered and fed their animals for them. Thereafter he returned back to the shade. So now Musa alayhis salam goes back and lies down or relaxes under shade again. Once he sits down, what does he do? One of the most famous du'as in the entire Quran. He returns to Allah and says, "My Master, no doubt about it. Whatever good you have sent down my way, whatever you have descended, sent down towards me, of any kind of good, no doubt about it, I am desperately in need of it." This is the dua of Musa alayhi salam when he sat back down in the shade. I wanted to take the opportunity in this reminder to discuss with you some of the benefits of this incredible statement, so powerful that Allah made it a part of His Quran. As long as Muslims are around, we are going to be celebrating this dua of Musa alayhi salam that he made in private. There were no congregations behind him. He wasn't saying this dua and there were thousands of people behind him saying Ameen. He is just by himself sitting under the shade of a tree making this dua. But dua is so valuable to Allah that until Yawm al-Qiyamah we are going to be reciting this dua and we are going to be celebrating these remarkable words. The first thing I would like to share with you here is that when you help people, you didn't wait around until they say thank you because you didn't help them, so you can hear appreciation. When Musa alayhi salam helped those ladies, you do not find in the Quran they both said thank you so much and he said no problem, no big deal. He did not expect and he did not actually continue to conversation with them. He handed over their animals and walked away. He did this for Allah, and so the only one he wants to get appreciation from is Allah. He is not interested in conversation with those two women. He is interested in conversation with Allah. A lot of times we do good things, but in the back of our head we are hoping to get some recognition, we are hoping to get some appreciation, some other side benefits. We are going to learn in this dua that if you make your intention pure, you help someone, you do something good for someone, but you expect and converse only with Allah, then Allah will take more care of you than you could get ever